Hey everybody, it's Beth and welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be decorating my 2025 Christmas tree with, of course, the viral Ralph Lauren trend. I think that's really just more traditional Christmas, but I am very excited to be bringing some color and some excitement back into Christmas trees. I am so over sad beige Christmas, but I'm decorating the Home Depot Grand Duchess Christmas tree and I absolutely love this tree. I know a lot of the reviews said it can be super bright, but honestly, once we start getting all of our decorations on, it's not going to be as bright as you would think. So of course I'm starting off with my ribbon. This is huge for Ralph Lauren. I've got my plaid ribbon and I've also got a 4-inch wide red velvet ribbon. I've got my scissors, a large piece of floral wire, and then I'm going to use that candle to make some little curly cues at the end of the bow. All of this is going to be linked on Amazon because I was really impressed with this ribbon. It made beautiful bows and I think that's huge for Ralph Lauren. So I'm starting off with a super simple 2-looped bow. Anybody can make this. And then of course when you're making that bow, just twist the ribbon completely around so your velvet side is always showing. Then I'm going to use my piece of floral wire just to secure that. Again, it's a nice long piece because we're going to add some more ribbon into that and have some extra to put on the tree. I'm making one really long tail because I want to have that cascading down the tree and cutting those ends off into a little fish tail. After that, I'm going to use that same floral wire that's already on the bow to loop in my plaid ribbon. For this, I'm just doing one simple loop. And again, using that same wire just to twist it back into the bow. And again, another nice long tail. So for the plaid ribbon, I did do an angled cut on there just to make it look a little bit different, just to give it some interest. And then I'm going to take that candle and just use that to wrap around the tail of the plaid ribbon so I can have that with a little bit of a different sort of visual interest for the bow. But anyway, super simple, just wrap it around and then just kind of uncurl there a little bit. And then you're all set. That's the bow. So easy. Okay, now it is time to finally start decorating this tree. So I'm just using the floral wire that I used to make the bow to attach the bow onto the tree branches. Personally, I like floral wire. I think it's got a little bit more control than trying to wrap branches around your ribbon. Especially with this kind of tree that's got kind of the real touch branches at the end. It's kind of hard to wrap the branches around the ribbon, but I'm just kind of cascading those long tails down, and then I'm taking the plaid tail and just kind of swooping it off into a different direction. Now I'm adding in this berry stem that I purchased from Hobby Lobby. This is in the floral section. It is not in the Christmas section. I like them because they're big and they've got a lot of dimension to them and take up a lot of room. And then I'm adding in these picks also from Hobby Lobby. Those are in the Christmas section. And I just like kind of, the interest of everything. Now I'm adding in some eucalyptus stems. I've had these for years. They normally sit in my kitchen. And I thought, man, I've already got these. It adds so much interest and dimension. So I'm just going to go ahead and put those on my tree because I was pulling them out anyways to add in Christmas florals. But I really love the look of everything together. Don't hesitate to look around your house and see what you already have, your florals that you're not going to be using. That you're going to replace with other things for the holidays, and put them on your tree. It really adds a lot of interest. It takes up a lot of room and just makes a much bigger impact than sort of the tiny little florals that you might find in sort of the Christmas pick section. So I highly recommend doing that. But I just repeated this formula all over the tree. I really loved how it turned out. I really love sort of the interest and all the florals with the ribbon. I just think it looks so pretty, so natural, and just really interesting overall. So again, don't hesitate to use what you already have. You'd be surprised how great it actually looks on a Christmas tree and provides a lot more interest for you. All right, now I'm very excited about these oversized Christmas ornaments. These are actually from Vickerman, and I'll link some down below for you that they sell on Amazon. I do have an interior designer trade account, so I was able to order directly from Vickerman, and they had sort of sets where I could buy sets of 4 that came in different sort of variations of the same shade. So this was the either wine or the burgundy set. So it does come with like a glitter, a glossy, a matte, all of that. So I did use 8 of the 8-inch ornaments, and then I used 4 of the 12-inch ornaments. So you can see they take up like a ton of space. They already come with the floral wire attached, so it's very easy just to sort of tuck those deep into the branches and wrap the floral wire around to secure them. The biggest tip I have with these oversized ornaments is to kind of tuck them into the branches as best as you can. I think sometimes when they are too far towards the end of the branches, they look like they're gonna pop off. So next, I've got these oversized pine cones that I purchased from Hobby Lobby. They come in a set of 3. You've got 1 large, 1 medium, 1 small. And again, this is just kind of going back into that botanical element for the Ralph Lauren theme, just to kind of make it feel, a little more nature inspired. There's my cute kitty Lucy. She's a senior girl, so to see her come down the stairs and play with something, it just warms my heart. But I did use, I think maybe 9 of these pine cones and just tucked them into the branches. They're real pine cones, so they've got sort of that, spiky texture to it. So they just grab right on to the branches and tuck right in there and stay put. Next, I am adding in these mixed berry ornaments from Hobby Lobby. They have a really nice mixture of sort of the red, burgundies, and purples of the berries, along with some little mini pine cones, and they've got that iced look to them. I really love the contrast of the more sort of natural and botanical and tactile ornaments mixed in with the larger, shinier Vickerman ornaments. I just think it makes a really nice play of the two together. And I probably got about 20 of these, so I am just putting those all over the tree again, just to fill in some of those spots and bring sort of some of the nature and botanical all around the Christmas tree. Next, I'm going to add in some red berry picks, again from Hobby Lobby. They sell these every year. I have a ton of them, and they've got like a little nice ice texture to them. I am putting just a few at the top of the tree. I really don't like the sort of explosion of the picks at the top of the tree. I feel like it's a little played out, but if that's your jam, great. It's just not mine. So I'm just mixing these around the tree, just having them slightly poke out to put a little bit more dimension in with those branches and bring some more of sort of the red mixed berry look into the tree. Now I'm adding in more eucalyptus. I did get these from Amazon because I didn't quite have enough on hand already. And again, I'm just putting these into the tree, just tucking them around. I don't want them sticking out too far to look like, that they're too big or, growing outside of the tree. I love, just to make it look like it's sort of peeking out of the tree and just growing from the branches. Now I'm going to start adding in our ornaments that we put on the tree every year. I'm starting with my Christopher Radko ornaments. If you're not familiar with Christopher Radko, they are absolutely gorgeous, and they, are kind of expensive. They can be $80, $100, $120 a piece, but just add to your collection every year, and each one sort of has a special meaning and a story behind it. And I always tell people when they're decorating their Christmas tree, some people say, I want a traditional tree. I want all of our memories. I can't do a theme. I just like, sort of the collected look. And to that I say, you can absolutely do whatever kind of tree you want. You can have a themed tree. You can have special colors and still add in all of your special ornaments. So sure, I could have just stopped with all of these sort of themed stuff, the Ralph Lauren, the botanical look, but I still want to add in things that mean something special to us, that are personal. We have a lot of things that are collected from like trips, things that the kids made in school over the years, the little artsy craftsy things. But it's awesome. Just add them in. I promise they will all blend. They will all look beautiful, and you'll have your gorgeous decorated tree. Plus you'll have your traditional ornaments mixed in. There's no reason that you cannot have both. You'll notice I've changed clothes here. We had like a cold front come through Texas, which, that's just Texas for you. And so I'm definitely sort of lost the shorts and the flip-flops, and now I am into my sweats on a different day because it is absolutely freezing. But again, you'll see here, like, there's all different colors, shapes, and styles of ornaments that kind of go in after the fact. And once everything is all put together and everything is lit up, honestly, everything just blends in beautifully. You don't have to just stick to one thing. And here is the finished tree. I did go back in with that plaid ribbon and make some 4-loop bows. I felt like my plaid was getting kind of lost in all of the different ornaments and botanicals and florals and things that I put on the tree. So I went in and added in some more of that plaid ribbon and some more sort of like fern leaves. You can kind of see that there poking out behind the branches and everything. Honestly, a lot of this stuff I just went through other vases as I was replacing them with like Norfolk pine and things like that, and just replaced all of that in with the tree just to kind of give it a more organic feel. So I am super happy. This is probably my most favorite tree that I have ever done. I love how it just feels so nostalgic and so Christmassy. And I also love that on this Grand Duchess tree that there is the multicolored lights. I'm going to show that here at the end. And it absolutely just looks so warm and so inviting. And the kids absolutely love multicolored lights. So I can switch back and forth in between the two and just kind of do whatever I'm feeling for that day. But thank you so much for watching. I'll link as much as I can below. And Merry Christmas to everyone. I've got some more Christmas decorating coming up, so be sure to hit that subscribe button and follow along.